All right, excellent job. Those of you who are on the outside, make sure you're following along in your book, so we can all learn something from the quotes that they found.
Forgot my book.
Okay, maybe Toby can share with you.
I'll show it.
Okay, thanks. Alrighty.
All right, go ahead. So, I was in the song group, and well, the song is like throughout the whole book, but we noticed that because all of the characters are like on Soma, that they're more irritable to talk about their what? They're more like they'll talk about how they truly feel about their society because they would never actually like go up to the director or the people and say these things because that'd be like disrespectful and not the norm. So the song is almost their way of showing how they actually feel about this world they're a part of. And in all honesty, I think because everyone's programmed to be like a specific way, like deep down everyone wants to be their own individuals, but they're like following a guideline of how you're supposed to act in this world. But then there's like a few people, like Bernard obviously feels different, and I think Lenina is actually different than everyone because she actually wants to be with like one person, so it makes her different too. Okay.
Kind of similar to the main character in The Giver, because like both of them are like utopian societies, and there's always that one character that's like not necessarily better than the society, but like knows more than the society. And I feel like Bernard or Lena are like outstanding from the normal, and it's just I saw the connection.
Yeah, and like on page 86 it says that like even though Bernard took he took part in the like ritual festival thing, at the end it still said that he felt isolated and he felt more isolated by the reason of his unreplenished emptiness, his dead satiety. And it goes to show that like even if he does what others do, he just like can't fit in.
Yeah, like, I feel like he is different because, like, he's an outsider because he doesn't follow the norm, but, like, it's not necessarily, like, a bad thing. He just...
Well, to us it's not a bad thing, but
Yeah.
in the society it's kind of frowned upon.
Right.
Like, I'm not quite sure what page, but at the end of the chapter when, I don't know who it was, but they're like asking Bernard after the orgy, like, wasn't that great or whatever, and he wasn't responding, and he was just like staring off into the distance or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Page 85.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah, 85.
He tends to, like, strive away from, like, things that are sexual in society, because even when Lenina, like, earlier in the book asked him to go on a date, like, he didn't really answer her. He was just like, I'll get back to you. Like, so he doesn't really respond to, like, sexual activities in the book. He just doesn't care about it. Not necessarily he doesn't think about it, he just doesn't act upon it.
Moving on to like a different subject is like, I had figurative language, and on 65, like the figurative language they use helps you kind of like see different perspectives of like the lower and higher like caste systems of the classes. Henry Foster and Benito Hoover, men who never had to shout at an epsilon to get an order obeyed, men who took their position for granted, men who moved through the caste system as a fish through water, so utterly at home as to be unaware either of themselves or of the beneficent and comfortable element in which they had their being. So like you see how like the lower class looks at the upper class, like the upper class is so unaware to like, or I guess like they are aware to their advantages, but like a fish through water, like that figurative language, he used it to show how like the more superior you are, the more like at home you feel, like the more comfortable you are about like with who you are.
It's pretty relatable to us in our society. Like we live in an upscale society, and when you go to, say, like downtown Chicago, you realize like people are dressed differently, people behave differently, and like they're just like rich snobs. But to us, that's normal. What we do is normal.
So we don't realize like the things that we we will say like, oh, I don't want to take this for granted, or like I'm grateful for everything I have, but like you take so much, like we don't realize in our society, like just like simple things we do take for granted, and we don't realize it.
And relating the book back to our like reality, I was in the summer group, so there's like a lot of people, especially like, I don't know, just in certain areas that have drug addictions, and in Soma, being a drug, they all do it all the time. So I think he's taking that aspect of our reality and just multiplying it to make it like bigger, you know?
Like emphasize.
Yeah.
Great job. That was interesting what you were saying, Dylan, about how, like in our world, sometimes you can just be closed off to what other realities are, and it takes going somewhere else to really realize. I want you guys to keep that in mind as you keep reading tonight. Okay? Good job. Anyone want to jump in about anything they said, or should we just swap? Any questions? Okay, great job. All right. Next group is Scott Crawford, Tyler, Elias, and Ashley. Nice job, guys. You guys over here just move your desks up. All right.
Oh, you missed.
All
The
right.
garbage is right there too.
Yeah. You guys put your desks away from the wall so I can walk around. Maybe put your desk.
Yeah, sure.
All right, you guys ready? Okay.
So I'll start off. I was in the satire room. One of the questions asked us to compare the satire in the book to satire in like other stuff like The Onion or Saturday Night Live. And I thought it doesn't really come out very humorously. It's not really funny. I thought it was more of a warning than to make fun of like stuff in the book. Like just like excess waste or like production that took place in the past, like the 1920s, which happened before this book was written, and then the Great Depression happened, which
I don't really know what else to talk about.
What group were you in?
The songs group.
Okay, so the songs. So, how do you think that the songs,
Sing the song.
how do you think that the songs, what did that make you think of when you were reading that whole part? It's specifically part 2 of chapter 5, but it's kind of throughout. But that one section, Marnie touched on it a little bit, but can you talk about more, like what were your thoughts when you were reading that?
Well, like when they're drinking or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, like I compared that to our world because like I don't know, like when you drink, sometimes you vent about things that like you have like that you don't usually want to talk about or don't usually have the confidence to say. And like I don't know, I guess that was like sort of part of like what they were doing or like what that song kind of meant.
Yeah, maybe they're saying stuff that they wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable saying if they were sober. Okay, like can you find an example of something that you think that might be the case for? Or anybody in there?
well, it kind of reminded me of like a nursery rhyme or like like Ring Around the Rosie.
Yeah. Why specifically do you think?
I don't know, just the structure of it reminded me of it, and I don't know, I think it's kind of weird because like this one I have is like talking about orgies. Not exactly child friendly.
Not really child friendly.
Well,
What'd you say, Scott?
Neither is Ring Around the Rosie.
also
Yeah, what's Ring Around the Rosie about?
ironically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Good connection, Tyler.
I mean, can I just go back? I kind of have like, so I was in the happiness group and I could kind of relate something about the happiness to the satire about
Bless you.
Henry. And
Bless you.
so I mean, this house is 40 slopes. Like, that in itself is kind of satire, and to say, like, he's pretty happy, I would say. And, like, they're kind of, like, in a way making fun of, like, what you need to be happy. But I think that you could even kind of relate that to our own, like, society, where people feel like they need to have, like, the nicest car, like, the nicest house in the neighborhood to be happy, but that's not necessarily true. So I think the book kind of makes fun of that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So satire on the idea of happiness. Yeah, great job, Ashley. Do you want to jump
Just
in?
like a point to make, like, about that, like, with, like, the house, I agree, like, society makes fun, like, when we talked about the Kardashians, like,
Mhm.
you've never actually heard of famous people really, like, make sense that they use their money on, like, themselves, you know, like,
Yeah.
they buy really nice, expensive things, and then once in a while they'll go to, like, Thailand, and, like, take a picture with, like, a child in need. Like, it's almost, like, funny. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. Right. Good job. Nice connection. Kardashian, similar
Yeah,
to Henry,
they're-
we think maybe?
I think they're.
Okay. All right. What else?
Vacation.
From in the fishbowl. Go ahead, Scott.
Like more on that like false idea of happiness, like Helmholtz has everything everything a person could really want. He's got like respect, girls, and like good looks, but he still has an emptiness inside him. So that's kind of a connection like to the 40-story house, which of course I'd want a 40-story house, but when you actually look at it, it's really you don't really have anything.
Mm-hmm. Reminds me of Scott when you drew Helmholtz last time. How you had
Oh, yeah,
on his
like the-
stomach, right?
Yeah, that's like to symbolize the emptiness inside him.
Yeah, that was awesome. Okay, nice job. Anyone want to jump in with them? Do you have anything else to add? Okay, good job. Next group.